Welcome back. Let's start by creating a site plan so we know where everything's going to be. So for that, we're going to go over to our browser area, go down to the plans again, and you'll find underneath the roof plan is a site plan. Go ahead and double left click on that, and that will bring you so you can see the roof, the foundation, the walls, everything from the sky to the center of the earth. Okay? So that's showing an awful lot. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a site plan for this. Now, we're going to control that site plan somewhat, just so it's kind of more of an average site plan on there. And what I'd like you to do is go up to the top. And as we look across the top of our structure, I want you to move over to where it says massing and site. So it's between analyze and collaborate, massing, site, right above the millions if you're in the architecture tab. And when we get here, we can create a property line, and that's what we need to do first. We're going to do property line, and we're going to create it by sketching. We're just to make it relatively simple. So we're going to do a sketch, and we're going to come down in front of the house to start with. We're going to go in a counterclockwise rotation. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick a spot. I'm going to start drawing to the right, and I'm going to go 150 feet. And I go now from there. So it lets me create the next one. Oh, I think I didn't do the correct run. Let me cancel that. And we'll start that over again. We're going to do a property line by sketching. And we're going to go 150 feet. And then we're going to go up. Let's go 120. That seems like a very big property. That's a big house, so we probably need to do that. So 120, then back to the left, 150. And then you can either type C to close, grab the end line, 150, whatever works for you there. And that's going to place it. Now, we're going to position this, and then we're going to size it. So our positions was better. We're going to position with the house. So let's check that off. Now, that's your property line. And what we want to do is set it so that we can have it within the right parameters of what's going on with our house. So I'm going to switch my underlay around, and I'm going to show the main level floor line. And I want to look up, I think. See if that makes a difference here. Because we're trying to get it so we can see what we want. I think for what I'm going to have to do is take this and then hide the roof. Just that component. And it's hiding my walls, which is what I do not want it to do. Shoot. Let's do this. Let's bring that back. So when you hide something, come down and get the blue light bulb. If it's red, it's been hidden. And so we're going to select that. Right click, unhide view. And then hit the light bulb. It's yellow now. And I need to see if I can clean up what we're seeing here. There's an awful lot going on here. Let's go top of foundation. I need to be able to see the garage is what I'm trying to do. I want to go up to main level floor line. And my view is not cleaning up right. That's interesting. Okay, well, fine. We'll work around it. I think we can do that. And yeah, so let's clear that out for a minute while we clear that up. Let's take the roof. I'm surprised we're not seeing those walls. They should be tall enough to see. All right, here we go. We are going to make sure we have from where the garage is to this property line, we need probably at least 25 feet there. So I'm going to grab the property line, and actually I'm going to do a couple ways. I'm going to take the architecture and go to model line, go from the corner of the garage. Oh man, we're not going to see that. What is going on with this set plan? Let's go through the main level floor line and do it there. We can see better what's going on here because here's your property line you created. Here's your house. And what we want is to set some distances here. So we're going to use the dimension line to do this. I'm going to go from the corner of the garage to the end point or the corner of the property line. Pull that horizontally, left or right, so it's off here. And then I use that to change this distance. And I want, in front of the garage, I want 20 feet there. Now what that's going to do, that means we've got a pretty substantial front yard and a pretty substantial backyard. Now I'm going to move the whole site plan to the right. You can just use your arrow keys and slide it over. And for this project, just kind of eyeball center your house in the space, because we're not going to go into too much detail here. And then you can delete out that dimension line. You'll put it back in later, but in a different format. All right, so that gives us a property to work with. Now, when you go into 3D, that property line is not tangible, so you cannot see it. It'd be nice to be able to see where that's at. So we'll go back to our main level floor line where we can work and see things in harmony. We're going to go back now to our tabs. We're going to go mass and site. This time we're going to go over to Topo Solid. Well, Topo Solid allows you to create contours. It also allows you to just create a flat space. We're going flat space right now. So Topo Solid is what we select. And it's a dirt down. And all we need to do at this point is I want you to go around and do select lines. And you pick the property lines. Just select each of the property lines. And then you then go in and we're going to do a perimeter around the house. So now go to select walls and work your way around. Again, one click per side. So you don't want to overdo it. You just want to make sure you get each edge of the house. Going all the way around the perimeter. And it's going to go to the core structure because that's what is supported by your foundation. And we're going to just match that all up nice and pretty like. And hopefully we'll get back home all in one piece. So that is going to leave a hole in our topo. So we're just going to check that off. As I say, hey, do you want to connect these? In this case, I say yes, because if we move a wall or adjust it down the road, we don't want to have to come back and try and fix the site for everything. So now that we have that done, let's go look at 3D real quick. And there is our site, but it's pretty blah, pretty bizarrely yucky. And it's also at our main level floor line. So select that topo surface. Now you're going to change it from the main level floor line to the finished grade. And we're going to start there. So we're going to apply on that. And that's going to drop it down. So now there's 8 inches from the top of the foundation to that topo surface from your foundation wall. So that's going to be really important that we put that in there because if you look at your homes, that's what we're going to see. Now we can go in and we can change that material. If we go to Edit Type and we go into the structure of it, we see that there's nothing there. We're just going to change that structure and then go into the Materials Library, change it from Category, just up in the search bar type Grass. And you should have grass loaded in there and just hit Apply or OK and then Apply. And now we should have green grass so that when we look at it, it's grass. And that just makes it all finished off. Okay, so that being said, now we know where our driveway goes. So we'll spend some time now on our garage and get that done. So back to main level floor line. And here's our wonderful garage. And we're going to start by creating the driveway. And the driveway is going to go all the way out to the edge of the property line. And so we're going to do that by going into Architecture and Floor. Remember, a few whiles back, if it's a floor or something horizontal, it's always done with the floor. If it's vertical, it's always done with the wall. If it's a slope, it's done with the roof. So that means we're going to go in here. We're going to change our floor material to a 4-inch concrete slab. So concrete slab 4 inches. It's going to be placed on the finished grade. So make sure you change it from main level floor line to finished grade. And we're going to do an offset height of let's do 1 inch. I think that'll be enough to see. Okay, and then all I'm going to do here is I'm going to take a rectangle tool for my draw, and for that rectangle is going to start at the corner of the house, and I'm just going to drag it over and down to the property line and line it up with the other side of the house. So just a nice little quick driveway, and we're going to go ahead and check that off. And it's just say, hey, you got things overlapping. Yeah, I know, we're good. What's overlapping is that this concrete is inside the grass, which is kind of what happens. Now, that reveal part could be as much as 2 inches if you want to raise it up a little higher, but we just need to make sure it's above the grass line so we can see it. Okay, so now I need to drop the doors down to the finished grade and then up to the top of the slab. This is our pavement. And if you want to change color, we can do that. So we're going to do that here. I'm going to select this door. The base level is now going to be the finished grade. I'm going to raise it up 1 inch. And apply. And so now I've got concrete going through my door. And do the same thing on the other one here. Change that to finished grade. Bring it back up 1 inch. All right, we're making major progress here now. All right, now before we go any further, we're going to go into our front elevation. It's a little easier to work there. So you find that in the browser. It looks like this. We're going to come down here where our garage is, and we're going to clean this all up. So here's your topo right here. It's got that earthen symbol going through to it, so it's kind of handy. But we want to pick on the foundation wall. So select your foundation wall, and notice it's going through your doors. And then you have your 4-inch concrete slab. If you can see that outline right there, is where we're going to. So those are our elements we're using. We're going to edit the profile of the foundation wall. So now it's magenta again. I always like it when it's magenta. And we're going to drop the foundation top down below our garage door so that we don't have to drive over top of a wall to get into our garage. And we're going to do that by first utilizing select line. We don't have a select wall anymore, but we've got a select line. So I want to go ahead and pick the top of the concrete slab. We'll go ahead and pick the outside edge of the door. I'm going to include the trim on it just because it makes it easier. And let's see, we're going to cut that out. So yeah, and then we're going to do the top of the foundation as well, which should already be selected. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So make sure all those lines are picked. We use a slice and then cut the inside of the line in 2 places, 1 for each door. Then the corner tool. I want to keep the top of the foundation and the side. And it's going to come and turn over. And we might have to do a little negotiating on there. Let's go do the other side. Corner here. Oops, missed the corner tool. Okay, so I've got, hopefully have an extra line there. Or 2. All right, and I did. So now my line comes over, drops down, and I need to now connect it back with the other side there. So making sure everything's connected does take a little bit of patience as you do this, but patience is good. Put this guy back with this one, and then this is going to come this way. And it said it doesn't like those, so what we're having to do is we're going to ununion those so we can trim up. And we're going to the other side, so it's going over, down, over, up, over, down. Now I've lost my line, so I need to put a new one in. So pick line, pick the line again. It says, hey, you're overlapping. Say, yeah, I know. But you have to fix that when you do your corner And then that's applied to the other side. And then we have just go ahead and put in the stuff that makes people happy. There are special items here. So we're going to close this off. And we're good to go there. Except I missed something. So let's go figure out what I missed. So hit show. And there's a little overhang there. So continue. Go back to corner trim. Close that off. And we'll check it again. All right, so now our foundation steps down underneath the door and then back up, which is what it needs to do. So that part's all good. We can go back to the main level floor line. We can see our floor. And we're going to create a sloping slab in the front portion of this garage. And then there'll be a flat portion back at the doors by the stairs. So that's what we're going to do. So we then go back into architecture floor. Sorry about all that. A little stretch there. I've been doing a lot of videos today. So floor, 4-inch slab, corner tool, or sorry, the rectangle tool. Come and get the inside corner of the garage. I'm going to drag that all the way back up across. I'm not going to the back corner because what I want is where this door comes in, I want that to be kind of flat. And I want to be able to have some space to not have everything roll out. So I'm just going to bring that down. And now we're going to give it a size. So the distance from the back of the garage to this line, we're going to size. So do modify. Select that back line. And make this value from wall to the edge 4 feet. Just 4 and enter. And that should be sufficient for what we're needing right now. Okay. And then when they come back over to our properties, set that to be at the finish grade, +1, and apply it. Then I want you to just check it off for right now. Okay. Just check it off, and so it's all done. We need to see what this is like so we can slope it. And to do that, I need that vertical section that we did last time, or a few times ago. Just bring that over, just so it's cutting through the garage. You can shorten it back so it's not going crazy through the whole house, but just keep things a little simple. And now we're ready to edit. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select that slab again. So find that line, select it, and then go edit boundary. And we're going to come over in the middle section here, and we're going to do slope arrow. And that slope arrow is going to go from the back of the driveway, that high side, down to the low side. It's like, oh, then we'll flip on you. It's kind of annoying. But if it does flip, don't worry about it. Just put it in. Don't worry about if it's flipped. Just go and put it in. Then we're going to modify. And there should be a flip arrow on this. And I'm not seeing my flip arrow anywhere. That's kind of bogus. So we're going to have to do it the hard way. It's not that hard. Hit the rotate tool. Pick a horizontal or a vertical starting point. Go 180 degrees. And didn't like that at all. Okay. I'm going to have to flip this. There's got to be a flip arrow on this. Don't know why there's not. Okay, so if there's not, just go ahead and delete it. We'll put another one in. Slope. It's going to slope. I'm questioning if I did that right. From there to there. It's flipping over on everything. All right, we're going to put it there. We're going to check that off. We're going to go to this section we put in just to see what the heck I just did. So I'm going to go to view. And that's part of my problem. There's 2 of them in there. So there's the stairs. I think that's the roof. Here is my slope arrow. And if everything went well and you did it from the right area, it's sitting in a little notch at the same level as the rest of the cars in the family. All ready to go. So that part's good. But it doesn't quite make it all the way over here. So this section is where I'm going to make a flat one. So I'm going to go back to main level. And we're going to do another floor. And we're going to do good night. So we're going to do floor, prefab floor, 4-inch. And we're just going to grab this inside corner. And we're going to drag that. Oh my goodness. That to go right. Select, and drag that all the way across to the opposite side of where our flat portion of the driveway is going to be. Right there. Okay, so just this little strip is going to be flat. The rest of it will not. And we need to know that because that's what's going to turn your stairs. This one we're not going to be able to place, so we're just going to check that off. And we're going to go into our section. And there is the part we just made. We're just going to move this down to this next concrete pad. So we're going to select it, move, grab a corner, and select one. Okay, so we're just going to move it straight down, boom. So now we have a flat portion and a slope portion, and that all goes out right onto the driveway. Except there's a little gap here. They don't quite meet. So I'm going to take this driveway, and we're going to edit that boundary. Nope, we're not going to be able to. We got to connect those together. So let's go back to our main level floor line. And select which one. Select it. Okay, anyway, so we're going to do that. And we're going to edit that down so they connect. And I think when they do this, I'm just going to take the slab and go in. So I'm going to do, I'm just going to draw it with lines. It's faster. It really is. So I'm going to take from this edge up into our garage and over across to here. If I can get that to line up now. And then that's coming down here. And then, all right. All right, so once we do that, again, you gotta go back and do your corner tools, clean it up, make it look nice. Make sure you know what you're cleaning up. That's always a plus in the world. And you might have to do a slice. Do a slice before you do, so you don't take the whole wall away, because you're gonna spend all day fixing things if you keep not thinking ahead. So we go there, we go here. Okay, so now the driveway goes up underneath the door. We're going to do another one on this side. Same method. We're going to do a line. We're just going to trace it off because it's just somewhat faster. And if you don't worry about speed, then don't do this. Do whatever you want. But if you worry about speed, it may look slower, but it really, really isn't. Okay. Now some slicing here within the bottom. Now we're going to corner it all together. And we're going to check that off. Overlaps all good. Go back to 3D. Okay, so everything is where we want it right now. Didn't take long to get that all fixed. We do have, let's check that section one more time. Seems like we're missing one thing. Nope, comes in, comes up, we're good. And that is the driveway for your house. So simple to do. You just have to follow the steps to get it all in there. All right, thank you, and we'll see you on the next one.